Over the course of your career, have you noticed there be patterns or trends emerge over time when it comes to like the behaviors of criminals?
Absolutely. When I started out in 1992, we were getting 2,400 homicides a year in New York City. So every day I was guaranteed to see a few homicides. And back then it was largely based on the drug trade. So, John shoots Joey, and then his crew comes after John's crew, and they kill three people, and then back and forth. So the homicides were piling up. As the drugs changed over time, the homicides change, and now they become more personal. And lately, I think we see that homicides become more political,
Hmm.
more about a method of protest of some kind. I mean, look, I've seen some of the craziest deaths in the world. New York City is a very interesting place to die.
So that's a perfect segue into you've seen so much over your career. For you at this point, what makes a case particularly memorable, right? Like what are the things? Is it because it is particularly gruesome or particularly puzzling, or maybe it's like this was an easy solve?
No, gruesome, I'm kind of over that now.
Sure.
Of course, all those years I stayed emotionally detached and was able to do my job without freaking out over some of the most awful sights in the world. However, they linger. Um, but there's a feeling of um deep involvement in each case. Like what I remember are either the case was an enormous puzzle to us. Like, why would this person killed? And why
Mm-hmm.
did this suspect, why would they possibly want to do this? A lot of killings make no sense at all. And the other thing that stayed in my mind was when there was an emotional connection to the victim. Women my age raped and murdered, that stayed with me a long time. The number of child killings, child homicides I've seen, they stay in my mind forever. Family slaughters. And I mean, you're going to see in the first episode just just the slaughter of a whole family. What reason could that possibly come from? It's mind-boggling. So I remember a lot of things.
I would love to know from your perspective, what do films and TV shows most often get wrong about the actual team you like job you and your team perform?
Well, I've seen some shows where they have the medical examiner, the forensic pathologist,
Hmm.
come onto the scene wearing a jacket and leans over and pokes a finger at the wound and says, yeah, 45 caliber. Yeah, maybe a 38. No, no, definitely a 45 caliber. What the hell are you talking about? It's not true. First of all, pathologists are doing autopsies. I'm
Hmm.
the one, the death investigator. I'm the one out there examining that body in the scene, working with the police to relate the information and the body, connect them. And I don't poke at a body. I'm very, very careful about what I do, and I wear gloves, of course. And I don't contaminate the evidence. But the idea that also that we go back to the office with a little DNA sample, we stick it in a computer, and all the lights start flashing, and music starts playing, and at the end of the series, we get, well, it's Joey who killed Jim. No, 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 no. That's not how it works. It's a painstaking, long process. And on the Death Investigator, with me, Barbara Butcher, I love that name, don't you?
You couldn't have had a more been born into a more perfect name for this.
I know, I know. We show you what we go through, what
Mhm.
we do to catch these perpetrators. Sometimes it's just overwhelming to me, the amount of heart and soul that goes into this job.
You are a field trailblazer, especially in Manhattan, but in general. And I am curious, it's in every field, we still have a long way to go in terms of parity when it comes to the workplace. Where do you think is the area that needs the most improvement still?
Oh, and that is the PTSD that occurred.
Mm,
Every death investigator and every homicide detective, and sometimes emergency room folks or
hmm.
ambulance personnel who see things that no one should have to see.
Sure.
So many things out there, the killing of children, the brutality, the terror that's out there. Um, it's not addressed. I remember during 9/11 saying to my boss, who has never been wrong about anything except this, I said, Chief, look, people are drinking, they're getting upset, they're they're stressed out. We gotta do something. We gotta help ourselves. He said, no, 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 don't worry about it, Barbara. We are the strongest people there are. We do this job because we can. It's a calling. We don't need any therapy. Whew, that was the one time he was ever wrong. And now, just now, after 25, 30 years, we're starting to see that issue addressed. And I do speak about that at various conferences, that our souls get crushed
Mm.
by every single homicide and every single victim. And it's time to do something about that so that we can continue to do our work effectively.